Howdy everyone, my buddy Tom Driscoll asked me to make a quick video kind of talking about what my flipped history classroom looks like, so that's what this is for. My name is Lindgren-Streicher, and I am lucky enough to teach 9th and 10th grade world history in San Mateo, California, about 45 minutes south of the gorgeous city of San Francisco. Before we get into what my class looks like, I just wanted to share a couple definitions with you because these are pretty foundational to the way I run my class. My students come to me having been in history class for years and years and years, and they see history as this monolithic set of facts that have to be memorized. And I think that's really boring and not what history class should be. I want my students to focus on doing the work of historians in my classroom. I want them mucking around in the gray areas of history and figuring out what happened and why it happened. I owe a huge debt to Sam Weinberg, a curriculum and instruction professor at Stanford, for being really influential in my view of history class in this way. I also reject this kind of definition of flipped class as strictly being lecture put on video, which becomes homework. I think it's restrictive. I think it kind of eliminates some of the cool stuff that you can do in a flipped classroom. So I cooked up this alternate definition of flipped class with some buddies of mine. Shout out to Andrew Thomason and Cheryl Morris and Crystal Kirch for hanging out on Google Hangouts a bunch to try to hack out a new definition. And so we kind of came up with these three facets of flipped learning. The first being, in a flipped class, you're maximizing the use of your face-to-face time with students. The second, that while you're in class, you should be focusing on higher order thinking skills. And then the third, that in a flipped classroom, you're maximizing student choice and ownership and autonomy. To that end, I ran a self-paced, mastery-based flipped class last year. This allowed me to eliminate homework because I wanted students to have resources, either their peers or me, available when they're doing thinking for my class. That idea of kind of more self-paced class and no homework stays this year, but I'm also really excited for some of the changes that I'm going to be making. Through Donors Choose, I was able to raise money to go one-to-one with Chromebooks for this school year, which is freaking rad. I plan on using project-based learning to promote student inquiry and research skills, as well as maximizing student choice and ownership while still talking about history while in history class. Like I said before, the homework is going to be eliminated as well, and I'm excited for the year to start. I really am curious to see how kids do with project-based learning and what they're able to come up with and create and talk about while they're in my class. So yeah, I added my Twitter handle on here. I'd love to talk to any of you if you've got questions about flipped history. There's a whole bunch of us on Twitter who are pretty active and love to kind of meet more folks who think about history class the way we do. So I hope you guys have a great time with Tom and hope to run into some of you on Twitter. Thanks.